The Terrapin Club provides scholarship support to hundreds of outstanding Maryland student athletes so they may go on to be champions in many different fields.
My name is Kevin, and I am a champion.
To fulfill the dreams of today's student athletes, we ask you to join the Terrapin Club and support those who represent the Terrapins with pride.
Because you never know, some of us might go on to build the next great performance athletic brand.
Help the Terrapin Club support our student athletes with vital education support. Join the Terrapin Club today.
Well, we have the luxury and the good fortune of having some guys return and some terrific players that have experience. And on top of that, those guys have done a terrific job of leading, trying to set a strong example for the younger players. And sometimes that gets lost in what makes a team successful. It's one thing to have great players, but if they're great role models, it rubs off on everybody else. And I think our attack has done that. The three veteran guys that have started, Grant, Catalino, Travis Reed, and Ryan Young have done an excellent job of showing the younger guys, what it takes to be successful, the things that you need to work on. They're very dedicated, they're very committed, and I think there's a sense of urgency being seniors to try to go out on a high level or a high note. And on top of that, Frank Gormley has been a senior down there that every day has worked extremely hard. He's a guy that he's a Terp. He brings it. He plays with a lot of passion. He gives it everything he can in every drill, and he's a guy that I think the younger players have really seen his passion, and he's made them better. So he's been a great guy for us, and we certainly enjoy working with him. The midfield position, we have a lot of experience there. We've seen some seniors step up there as well. Danny Burns is the first guy that seems to come to mind. He's a very versatile guy, tremendous athlete, very competitive, wants to win every race, wants to get every ground ball, has really improved his offensive skills. We're excited about him having a healthy year for us. I think he can do a lot of things to help this team be successful. Eric Boyle has been a great surprise so far. He's been real aggressive, very vocal, been a great role model for the younger guys as well. And then Warren Hansen's been a pleasant surprise. He's had a great first couple weeks, came in terrific shape. We're excited about him having a healthy year, and his confidence is at all-time high. So those three guys in the midfield, being seniors, will be very, very big for us. Some younger guys, Jake Bernhardt, the guy who he and John Hawes, they're guys that stay after every practice just to work and make themselves better. They're very competitive. They got great experience last year, so we're really excited about what they can do as well. We've had some guys banged up, kind of in and out of the lineup, but some of those guys that have played last year, we'll rely on them too to have a big year and help us between the lines. Luckily, at the long stick position, both our top two guys are coming back. Brian Farrell's been a captain last year and had a great couple of years for us. Excellent with the ball and a stick, really understands how to play, very strong communicator, very dynamic. We're real excited about Brian. His leadership, being a captain as a junior, will really serve well for us. Did a lot for us this summer off the field, and he's doing a great job on right now. And I think Jesse Bernhardt has really learned a lot from him. Those two guys have really kind of stepped up and helped our play in practice, really challenge our offensive middies in terms of having them go against two very athletic guys that are competitive. They're tough guys to get by. But on top of that, I think Brian's ability to handle the ball has made Jesse better as well. And I think Jesse's benefited from being around Brian for a couple of years. But we're real excited about what Jesse's going to do for us. And I think at the short stick position, we're looking for some guys to step up. There's some opportunities there. We lost a couple great ones last year. But Scott LaRue's a guy that has played some there before. So we're confident that he'll do a great job for us. He's a very athletic young guy. And there are some guys that stepped up in practice that, if they continue to keep working hard, we're going to have a tough time keeping them off the field. Defensively, we're very fortunate to have the three guys that started the majority of the year back. Brett Schmidt is a guy that I think just watching some film and seeing him practice, his athleticism certainly stands out. On top of that, his competitive nature. He likes to make sure that you feel his presence. He's tough, he's physical, but along with that, he can communicate well. He's great with the ball and the stick. Very complete defenseman. I'm not so sure there's too many defensemen that can do all the things he can do in the country. Along with him, Max Schmidt is another guy. He's got great size. He's got an excellent handle. Very experienced. He's a guy that gives us some flexibility. If we ever want to move some defensemen up to the midfield, we feel very comfortable with him being down there. Very intelligent player. Ryder Bolander is a guy that he's very tough. He's very physical. I think he plays with an edge that most Maryland alums, especially guys that have played defense here, would be very proud of. He's a guy that, he's going to knock you down. He's going to be physical. He's going to set a tone in that end. All that being said, he's very smart. He can handle the ball well, and he's a good communicator. We're excited to have Grant Oliver back. Having been hurt last year, I think he gives us a guy that will compete for one of those starting spots. But if we do need to give one of those guys a blow or move someone into the midfield, Grant gives us an opportunity to do that. And we also have some other guys like Shane Hall that we're going to hope really step up. We've seen some great things from Shane so far. We love his work ethic. We love his toughness. He's very strong. No one's in better condition. So we're excited about him having a great senior year. And he's got the opportunity, if he plays really well, to get himself in that mix and potentially push some of those guys for a starting spot. Obviously, losing a guy with the ability of Brian Phipps is hard for us to replace. Brian was a great leader, tremendous goalie, and left us with a big void. But we do feel like with Mark White, having been here, having been around Brian, having a lot of experience, he's certainly capable. Nico Amato, who's a redshirt freshman, very talented young guy, was one of the most highly recruited goalies in the country 2 years ago. Very successful in high school, won state championships, has been in big games before. Those two guys have really separated themselves from the pack. We think one of those guys, whoever gains that starting position, they're going to do a great job. We've seen some very strong performances in our practices so far, and we feel like there's some things we can do to help them even raise their level even higher. MJ Leonard's been sick for the first week or so we're excited to get him healthy again. And I think he gives us another guy that will be challenging some of our shooters in practice, and he's got some things that we can work on with him to help his play even more and more. But he's a real good leader, and we're excited to see what he can do when he's healthy.